Hey, I'm going to share my thoughts on Kathleen Kennedy stepping down from being the president of Lucasfilms, and Dave Filoni taking her place. To be honest, I really have mixed feelings about him taking over. Um, because I don't I don't necessarily dislike him because I have not watched much of what he has produced. I think he I think he was a producer in a lot of Star Wars related stuff as far as TV wise goes. I could be wrong, but I do believe he I did yeah, I know he worked on I think he produced the I think he's one of the people I think he's one of the main people helped produced the Mandalorian show. I could be wrong, but I didn't know that he had a huge part of that show, and so did Joe Favreau as well. I believe so as well. Okay, why the reason why I have mixed thoughts by him taking over is because I just not have enough. I just haven't seen enough of him to let's say to have a strong opinion on him. Now, I did watch a little bit of the Clone Wars cartoon. From what I've seen, that show was it's pretty well done. Okay, I will give him credit for that because I have not watched I haven't watched the entire show in its entirety, but from what I have seen of the Clone Wars of TV show, the 3D animated Clone Wars TV show, not the 2D animated version, but the 3D animated um Clone Wars, which was um based off the Clone Wars movie. Yeah, if you don't know, there was a pilot episode, a full Clone Wars movie that was basically a pilot episode for the Clone Wars TV show that Dave Filoni had a hand in. I think he did produce it though. I'm not sure. Um, I I do think he was one of the main people involved in that show, and I know I don't think he's the only person responsible, but I do think he's the main one of the main people involved in it. Um, and I just had mixed feelings about him taking over. I'm like, oh well, okay, let's see how it goes. Now, does this mean that Star Wars will get better or worse? I don't know. To be perfectly honest, um I'm not like so it's like yeah, Dave Filoni's taking over, and I'm not like yeah, Dave Filoni's taking over, and I'm not also like oh bummer he's taking over because I just don't know much. I just don't know much about him to be honest. Um, I haven't watched enough of his um Star Wars programs that he has helped produce. I believe he did produce. I'm not entirely sure. Let's just say I have not watched enough of the Star Wars related stuff that he has a hand in. That he has a hand in. Okay. Um, I think George Lucas' daughter did help with some of the did help with the Clone Wars TV show, the 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 Clone Wars cartoon. I think her name is uh, I can't remember her name, but I think George Lucas' daughter did help. I gotta look it up later. Um, but I just have mixed feelings about him taking over. I'm like, okay, whatever. Good news is Kathleen Kennedy is no longer going to be part of it no more. That's good. But that being said, does this means that Star Wars is going to get better or worse? Yes and no, because I just don't have enough. I just don't know enough about Dave Filoni to form a really strong opinion on him. I'm like, I'm I'm just like whatever. And to be perfectly honest, I've just lost interest in Disney Star Wars. Okay, I just have. Um, if I want to watch anything Star Wars related, I'd rather watch George Lucas Star Wars. Star Wars. I'd rather watch Star Wars when it's. I'd rather watch Fox Star Wars over Disney Star Wars. Now, the only Disney Star Wars movie that me personally, that I somewhat enjoyed was the Solo movie. But even that movie had its issues. This is a very unpopular opinion. I didn't care for Rogue One. Maybe if I watched that movie again, I would probably enjoy it more. But I was not a big fan of that movie as well. So that's all I got to say. I just have mixed feelings about Dave Filoni taking over because I just don't have a very strong opinion on the man. I just really don't. And that's because I have not watched enough of the Star Wars stuff that he was involved in. And like I said, I'll go and end this video right here. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to rate, subscribe. And see you guys later. Bye.